Am I the asshole for cutting off my best friend after she helped me succeed? I've known my best friend since we were 19. We met in a cramped college apartment, the kind with mismatched furniture and a broken stove that only worked if you kicked it. We bonded over late-night ramen, shared clothes, and the mutual belief that our lives were going to be bigger than what we came from. For years she was my person. She knew my passwords, my fears, the exact tone I used when I was pretending to be okay. So when people say I turned on her, it hurts more than I expected. Because from the outside, it looks like I abandoned the one person who supported me the most. Here's what actually happened. After college, our lives diverged in predictable ways. She landed a stable corporate job. I bounced between freelance work, contract gigs, and part-time roles, always chasing something that felt like mine. Eventually, I started a small online business, nothing flashy. Digital products, consulting, the kind of thing people don't take seriously until it starts making money. At first, it barely paid my bills. She was the one who told me not to quit. She proofread my copy, gave feedback, hyped me up when I doubted myself. I trusted her completely. That's important to understand. Because trust changes how you interpret everything. When she suggested tweaks to my pricing, I listened. When she told me I was underselling myself, I believed her. When she offered to help manage some back-end things to free up my time, I said yes without hesitation. I didn't think twice about it. She wasn't just my friend. She was family. As the business grew, so did her involvement. She framed it as support, as partnership, as us building something together, even though everything was legally under my name. At first, it felt good to share the load. Then small things started to feel off. She'd answer emails I hadn't seen yet. Change wording on my site without telling me. Speak to clients using we instead of you. I brushed it off. I told myself this was what teamwork looked like. That I was lucky to have someone so invested. The first time I felt real discomfort was when she joked, "You'd be lost without me." She laughed when she said it. So did I, but something about it stuck. As months passed, my income stabilized. For the first time in my adult life, I wasn't panicking about rent. I paid off debt. I slept better. She started talking differently too. She'd say things like, "When this really takes off," or "once people realize what we've built." I reminded her gently that this was still my business. She'd smile and say, "Of course. I just mean we've grown together." That answer should have satisfied me. It didn't. The breaking point didn't come from one dramatic fight. It came from a spreadsheet. I was reviewing finances one night when I noticed recurring transfers I didn't recognize. Small amounts, spread out, easy to miss if you weren't looking closely. When I asked her about it, she didn't panic, she didn't deny it. She said she assumed I was okay compensating her now that the business was profitable. Not paying her, compensating. I reminded her that we'd never agreed on that she'd offered to help. She said, "I thought it was implied." That word again, implied. I told her we needed to pause and talk things through properly. Set boundaries, clarify roles, she cried. She said she'd sacrificed so much time for me, that she believed in me when no one else did. That I was being ungrateful. Suddenly, I wasn't the friend protecting her business. I was the friend betraying her loyalty. I offered to pay her retroactively, to formalize a role if she wanted one. She said it wasn't about money. Then she accused me of changing now that I was successful. That accusation hurt more than the missing money, because I hadn't changed. I had just started paying attention. After that conversation, things shifted fast. She became cold, defensive, passive-aggressive. She told mutual friends she felt pushed out, that I'd used her to get ahead. That success had gone to my head. People started asking me what happened. When I tried to explain, I sounded calculated, cold, business-minded. When she explained, she sounded hurt, loyal, abandoned. I realized something painful then. Whoever tells the story first controls the sympathy. I spent weeks agonizing over what to do. Part of me wanted to smooth it over, apologize, give her more than she took just to restore peace. Another part of me felt something new, anger, not explosive anger, quiet anger. The kind that settles in your chest when you realize you've been shrinking yourself to keep someone comfortable. I decided to cut her access completely. Changed passwords, locked accounts. Sent a formal message explaining that our personal and professional relationship needed to end. She didn't respond. Instead, she blocked me everywhere. Then the post started, vague quotes about betrayal. About being the reason someone succeeds and being discarded afterward. People reached out asking if I was okay. Some stopped talking to me entirely. I questioned myself constantly. Was I wrong to protect what I built? Was I naive to let her get so close? Was I cruel for choosing clarity over loyalty? Months later, something unexpected happened. A former client reached out, quietly, carefully. She asked if my friend still worked with me. When I said no, she hesitated, then sent screenshots. Emails my friend had sent using my brand voice. Promising discounts I hadn't approved, speaking on my behalf. One line made my stomach drop. She wouldn't have built this without me anyway. Seeing it written like that broke something open in me. It wasn't about money, it was about ownership. She hadn't wanted credit, she wanted control. I never confronted her with the screenshots. I didn't post them. I didn't expose her, I just kept building. A year later, my business looks different, bigger, calmer, fully mine. I still miss her sometimes, the version of her I thought I knew. But I don't miss the feeling of slowly handing over pieces of myself to keep someone else secure. So, I paid for cutting off my best friend after she helped me succeed? Or was that help always conditional?